Under this museum, we analyze that this ethnic enclave is something that really must, as first generation and grandparents, to order these children to go and live and also live and rise in this ethnic enclave. What my first speaker told you before is what is the more important and also the biggest role of this ethnic enclave is they want to keep their identity as well, because their identity is something that really must and also that is something that has to be stand in the very first and as a people and as a children of this society. Therefore, what something that I want to talk in this argument is why we have to live and rise in this ethnic enclave, and what is the benefit by children having living inside of that ethnic enclave, and so on and so forth, and why this kind of scenario that I'm going to talk more. This is how going to be a good things for the children for the future. But first of all, why we have to live and rise in this ethnic enclave? Like my first speaker told you before, that this identity that actually going to that already taught by my speaker is something that really is something that really benefit for them. And also in another things that it's not only about talking about their identity. We have to talk something such as how they can live with their whatever. When they try to see the status quo right now, today the predominantly white country, moreover, we can say like some country like USA, which has dominantly most of them are going to the most of the people are the immigrant actually coming from Mexico, or maybe the immigrant that coming from China, Korea, and so on and so forth. They actually living there also and also have a big life in that country. Predominantly, the status quo right now shows to you that there are a lot of cases that actually happen for them, especially something such as bullying and also something such as the discrimination actually happen for the Chinese people or maybe the Mexican people actually getting bullied by the local people in there. Therefore, something is that some case actually happen in that status quo. That what I want to prevent today is what I want to prevent is not only how these children getting not bullied in the very first hand, but how they can have a better option when they get a bullying, they have a better option to live a better way in their better environment that I'm going to talk in my argument later. And secondly, why they have to live in this ethnic enclave is not only it's not only about the environment, it's not only about the environment, but also the economic and also what they need and they for as a children, they can be fortified and also fulfilled by that environment. Children is an age that actually children has to have a better kind of condition that actually have to be provided by their parents and also their environmentally. When we see the status quo right now, when the children have bigger burden in their self, when the children having like bullying and so on and so forth, they will make a worse condition for the children, not only for their age but also for the future itself. What we want to do as the government, we try to at least save their children's life. Therefore, we can let their life maybe will getting a bigger mental. Also, they have a stronger mentality to face the real life outside of that ethnic enclave. Therefore, this ethnic enclave this ethnic enclave can save to you something that is more. You will not be more depressed by your environment as you getting bullied and so on and so forth, and you will be getting more successful in this ethnic enclave, ladies and gentlemen. And also, what I want to say is what I want to talk to you is the environmental, how this environmentally friendly going to be a better condition, ladies and gentlemen. We see that their condition as that I already talked to you is not ready to face the diverse condition between why am I a Chinese people and also why am I an immigrant people, actually keeping by their identity as well as a children. Therefore, in their age as a children, they cannot even make the difference between why I have to be like this and also why the people around me as going to be has a different color as example. Therefore, what I want to deliver as government today is what I want to deliver some protection for the children. Not only protection coming from their environmentally, but also coming from their parents. Why? Because their parents has a better privilege to choose whether you have to live in the majority and also the minority instead, because maybe you know the majority will always win at the very first time. Maybe you win the minority as a Chinese, maybe you will never get a bigger place inside of society. Therefore, inside of this ethnic level, you have a bigger chance to be like a minority inside, even like you live in a small circle, but you live in the society, you live in the environment which is really good for you and also for your future, even if in the condition when they get bullied, even like they go to school and also they get bullied inside of their school, you will still have a better chance to live a better life. Sometimes as you go to outside of this ethnic enclave, you maybe go to San Angeles and so Los Angeles, at least after you get bullied and so on and so forth, you can have a better place to go back, when comparing to the condition where you not live and rise in this ethnic enclave, you will never have a better place to go back to have a better environment and so on and so forth. Therefore, you have no any kind of opposition that you have to face, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, the option that you're going to be better is when you live inside of this ethnic enclave, even like inside of this predominantly white country, ladies and gentlemen. And also, what I'm going to deliver to you is what is the concentration of ethnic enclave itself. The concentration of ethnic enclave itself is they propose to you high ethnic concentration and also the characteristic, cultural identity, and also the economic activity. Inside of these 3 points, we are going to deliver that these 3 points actually will gain a more benefit to you. Some is characteristic, cultural identity, like what my first speaker told you before, and also the economic activity. Why am I going to talk about the economic activity? This economic activity is the condition where maybe you as a children, you as a parent, trying to propose your children inside of this society environment. This economic inside of this economic activity, maybe you have a same interest with your environment, and also that same interest will be gain more benefit to you, will get more benefit for you, like also for the children itself. We beg to propose. Thank you.